flight, I decided to binge Altered Carbon.
Oh,
I had
yeah.
no idea how much nudity was in that, and there was like a kid sat next to me, so I'm just watching it, and I'm like tilting my iPad away, and you get to a certain point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna scrub back before the nudity, and then like quick scrub until it's done. And I think I missed like half of the show because
So
That's a really good show, though. We're live, by
we're
the way.
live. It's okay. I wanted to catch that. It was pretty entertaining for a bit.
Yeah, we were just talking about watching crazy movies that you shouldn't be watching in public on an airplane, or shows like Altered Carbon, where
there's so much nudity.
The airplane
Nudity,
version of
blood,
of
gore.
Hot Fuzz, right? That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, with the intentionally terrible overdub to cut all the swearing out. It's definitely worth finding on YouTube and just watching because it's hysterically bad.
Well, welcome you guys. Welcome everybody. It is Thursday night, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are here for the RC Drift Talk Show. That's what we come here. We hang out, we talk to each other, and we've got some pretty cool guys on the show. We've got Pooria, and we've got Kyle. Now, I've met Pooria. I've never met Kyle before, so this will be interesting.
Likewise,
yeah, for sure. And you know what? I'm going to probably just focus on chat a little bit more, but because I know that Logan will kick in and do all the things, or a miracle might happen and DJ might decide to,
What?
Sorry?
What?
exactly.
No way, dude.
Well, you don't think DJ could like host the show?
No.
I think he could.
No.
We'll talk about bikes all day. Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyway, so Pooria, we got Kyle. Are you both from like which part of California are you at?
Go ahead, pour you first.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I mean, I'm originally from London. I've bbeen living in Oakland for 7 years now, but I started life in Boston. I like survived one winter out there and was like, I cannot do this. I actually moved right when they had that polar vortex, and none of my stuff had arrived from the UK yet, so I was sleeping on an airbed, and the first morning I wake up and my phone's got a notification on it that's basically like, don't go outside, you'll die. So that was my intro to the US. But yeah, 7-year Bay Area, from the town, I guess. That's what the cool kids say.
Yeah, the town. That's right.
The town.
Yeah, like if Pooria is like E40 Oakland, I'm like Steve Wozniak, microcomputer. Like, I'm down in the South Bay. I grew up in Silicon Valley, and then I moved to Arizona. I lived there for about 8 years to go to school, and I came back here about 5 years ago. So
What school did you go to?
I went to Arizona State.
All
I
right.
did both undergrad and my master's there.
Okay. That tells me enough about you.
What exactly does that tell you?
Yeah.
I
it's
likes
fun.
to party, dude. Likes to party, likes to hang out with hot chicks, dude.
Well, yeah, it's yeah.
Got him.
I'm not a partier.
Yeah.
I'm not a partier, which is what threw people off when I went there. But yeah,
I'm gonna give a quick shout out to they've got the live stream up on the TV out there. Dropped a photo into the Discord from the trackside.
Dope.
Speaking
So
of
JB,
Discord.
EJ, I think JD's out there. I think I see him in the photo. Yeah.
So with people I know, it's always hard to remember. Pooria, have you been on the show before?
I have not been on the show before.
All right. So you guys are both part of Notachi, correct? Nope. Just Pooria. Okay. All right. So we'll start with Pooria. How'd you get into drifting, into RC drifting, and where'd you kind of start at? What's all that about?
Yeah, I got into RC drifting in at the tail end of 2022, and it was coming off the back of doing 2 back-to-back car projects at work. And at the time, I just couldn't afford to buy an actual car, and it was like bumming me out that I got to work on these two crazy vehicles, the Huna Pegasus and this concept vehicle for Volkswagen that had us working with I have to be careful about NDAs, but some of the sports brands under Volkswagen Group. You could probably figure that out on your own. And so went onto Reddit, found the RC subreddit, RC Drift subreddit on there. That's actually where I met Kyle. So we have this like little Discord, which has got a few of us from like the kind of Reddit days from 4 years ago. Bought an MST kit and very slowly built that up with electronic recommendations from Dow and some others. Shout out to Dow.
So you're at Sheldon's at this time, or where are you?
I was, yeah. I was drifting at home for the first few months. We had like a club room in the apartment building I was renting, and so I would go in there and just like drift around the pool table that was on like in that room. But I did the classic thing where I bought an MST, and instead of like spending the time to learn to drift, I bought like every hop up.
Yeah.
And
yeah, no, that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. That's how you get good.
Yeah.
And I threw some racing shocks onto the thing, and dude, it was just like, it was such a cursed chassis. Like there was so much weight in the rear from that metal gearbox and the metal shock tower. The whole thing was dumped. And I have a bad habit where like my brain doesn't translate real life knowledge to like anything else. So like I should know how to set a car up from these projects, and I'm just staring at it and going, I don't understand why the back is scraping. And then I met the Notachi guys. They hosted a fun comp at Sheldon's at like the beginning of 23, and it was really cool. Like the way they set up the fun comp was everyone was on a mega train, and the second you wall tapped, that basically knocked you out of the train. You had to raise your hand, pull off, and that was going to be your standing. And so the last person left on the train was going to be top in the thing. Absolutely ballsed the whole thing, because I'd never driven on polished concrete. I'd only driven on like parking asphalt and the vinyl floor at home. Barely made it around the track. But I think like Joel and JD from Notachi, like and Pete, the three captains I met down there, I just started talking to them a ton. They helped me with tuning, started drifting with them a bunch, and that was kind of how I got into Notachi. And then I made a switch at the end of 23 and got rid of the MST and bought an MD1. And I think that's when I started to take things seriously.
What were you driving when you came to Portland the first time?
RDX. That was an RDX with a 17.5 motor and like an FDR of like 4. And I was learning to drive that style from Chris Segui, who's part of the Vegas crew now. I forget the name. Prodigy is the name of the track out there, right? And he was sort of like teaching me how to drive a 17.5, and like it's like super gentle on the throttle, and you got to like kind of really like hold it on that edge between grip and drift. I was okay with it, I guess. I mean, it was kind of funny. I was watching that video from the comp that I came to out in Portland, and man, that car was slow. I had the shocks like all the way out on the shock tower. It's super vertical for stability, which meant just getting gapped everywhere I went. And no wing on that 400Z, which is why I'd constantly just go under the can. And I kept thinking, I can't, like, how am I so far away from the can? And I only realized afterwards, I'm like, yeah, there's nothing there. You're just gliding right under it.
The can is deceiving, no matter where you put it.
Right?
When we like to put them in spots sometimes that are like not necessarily places that, you know, are on the natural line, but it's all fun. So primarily nowadays, where are you driving at?
These days, pit stop.
Yeah.
So pit is because I'm in Oakland, I'm right in the middle. I'm not a huge fan of New Sheldon's. It's also it's a smaller track too, so commute after work is way easier to go to Pitt, and I drive a ton with a fellow Notachi driver, EJ, and he keeps the place open late and basically stays until the last person is done. So we do a ton of late night sessions there, sometimes going all the way till like 1 a.m. And it's cool. There's a bunch of really good drivers there.
Absolutely.
And some really we've seen a bunch of newbies join recently too. And man, the difference between when I started and newbies today, and maybe this is just me, I also hold the title for like the longest prospect member on Notachi. It took me like 2 years, I think, to make full member because I kept messing with my crap instead of just like focusing and driving. But yeah, I watched these new guys come in with like an RTR, and 6 months later they bought a proper kit, and they're banging doors and they're holding with everyone, and like way quicker than I think even just back in 2022 when I started.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if I've noticed that. I mean, I know we definitely do have new guys show up and then get good what seems like really fast, so maybe that is the case for us too. But pit stop's a cool spot, man. I mean, it's obviously smaller than what we're used to, but when we went in there the first time, it made a really cool impression on us. Just kind of being crammed in there with everybody. There's not really any room to do anything but drive. That's about it. Yeah. It's kind of sick.
They're moving to a new spot.
That's dope to hear.
Yeah, I'm excited. They'll be in the new spot sometime in March. So round 1 of SDC Regional NorCal will be in that new location.
Great.
It's going to be a bigger spot too. So more track. Huge shout out to Phil and Josh, who keep the place running. They put in a ton of work, and I'm sure it's the same with PDX, right? Like that place is open because of the love of the hobby from the people who run the place.
100%.
Absolutely. All right, Kyle, what's your deal, man?
Yeah, so
what's your deal?
It's been about 2.5 years. So I grew up around cars, being here in the Bay Area, having Laguna Seca not too far away, the racetrack. My dad's a big car guy, classics guy.
Sick.
He's a modeler by trade. That's what he did. And I've been around models my entire life growing up, and worked on the Tiny Tammy ones back in the day. And I never really like got into it. Like, I'm like, yeah, Dad, like I get it, but like you're obsessed. Like, I just yeah. And I think it was about 2022, late 2022. He got me a MST TCRM, which is that little M chassis configurable two-wheel drive car with the Miata body, because I always loved Miatas. And I put the thing together, and I had a blast, and I wrecked it. And then I was like, well, wait, I can make it rear-wheel drive. I can make this a drift car. And then that's the first of many mistakes that I made in thinking I could just do something like that. So that got me down the rabbit hole. I found out about Sheldon's through just like Googling stuff online. But it wasn't until I went on Reddit and I replied to somebody's comment asking like, hey, what's a good motor to put in one of these things? And sure enough, it was this guy. And he said Hobby Wing, which looking back was the wrong answer. It's actually Acuvance. So that's crazy. But
Correct.
No, I'm just kidding.
Gonna start a fight.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
What's the fight about? There's nothing to fight about there.
Yeah, I didn't hear
talked to
that.
him.
I like all the MST talk though. I really love that.
Yeah, it was,
Boy, you better watch your mouth there, DJ.
and it was cool because he's like, yeah, I'm from the Bay Area. So I just took a chance with the Sheldons, bought a YD2E, I think it was at the time, and learned a lot over that year. And I think it is like when we had big Sheldons, it was really like every Sunday.
Yeah,
everybody was there, and that's big for me. I've got a group of friends now, and I've been slowly, it's funny, the obsession level of me and my dad is about equal now, which he's happy about because I'm texting him every weekend asking him how I can make stuff better. But I'm really big into like the details and the bodies. I'm also kind of like a serial, like I want to make something new every time I get comfortable with something. So I need to take more time and focus on driving and just find the time to drive and get seat time without changing stuff. But half the fun is hanging out with the people, making cool stuff. So that's what I'm all about. And Corey's a great guy to throw ideas off of. So
Yeah, you guys are both, I would say, more like not necessarily more, but more heavily into all of the the painting and the bodybuilding stuff and the scale stuff than like I am, for example. Do you guys like work together on things, or toss ideas back and forth?
We definitely talk about like paint and paint shades a lot recently, and Kyle has been cutting all of my masking for me because I still don't have a Cricut. Like, this is my man cave, although I call it my man hole because it's so small. Like, this is a converted bathroom. Like,
Just be careful when you're inviting people to your manhole, okay?
come on into my manhole. It's great in here.
I think we got into like the airbrush stuff about the same time, so there's a lot of like back and forth on learnings there.
Yeah, I could see that.
But we get to hang out every once in a while. We're going not this weekend. I know you're in Portland. Weekend after, so it's a great time.
Yeah, we'll be doing an RG A main trip.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the new A main. I haven't been in a while. I went when we went actually when
yeah.
just opened. That's right. We bumped into you guys. That was pretty cool.
Wait, Kyle, were you with him in that
I
trip?
was. I'm sorry. I might have just like
shit. Yeah, we're all. It was a lot. It was a lot for everybody to take in.
Oh, that was when you were getting the tile, yeah?
Yeah.
Or a different time?
That was that time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you guys did that road trip down to grab the tile. I remember that. Yeah, I heard A main's like drift track's bigger now.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what I heard about that, but I think James was there a couple weeks ago and said it was pretty sick.
Just because they know it's popular now.
Yeah, I saw that there was like, I think Heartbreak was talking about having a trip over there, and I was like, dude, what if I just drove down there? That'd be sick. But then reality struck, and I was like, no, I can't do that.
Yeah, they're going this Saturday. We're going to be at RG that Saturday. They're going to be up at A main. I wish we could clip it.
Dang, yeah, you guys got to work that out. But RG's dope now too. Have you guys been to RG since they moved to the new side?
Yeah, I've been a few times. It's always so humbling going there because you drive at pit with the same people and you feel fast and like you get doors, and then like Hector shows up and basically just like drives with you for 5 seconds and like bye.
You're like this track is so small. How is he gapping me that bag?
Like I can't even be mad about it. Like I'm just like, dude's so fast and so good.
Yeah.
And just like he's always, every time I'm there, guy is so polite and just like answers all my questions. I'm always bugging him about something. I've been trying to build a Hector spec top line chassis for a while now. I've been waiting on the belt drive for like 3 and a bit months. Yeah.
Hector bought them all, probably.
Yeah.
You should ask Hector for one.
Hector's
I'm going to do that because small Sheldons I've got small Sheldons and spun out by Jim. So RG's going to be interesting.
So Kyle, what's like you said you were driving like a YD2, and what are you driving these days?
Sorry. Yeah, so I drove for a while a Shark. So it was after that I've had a few, but went on the Shark for quite a bit, and then I recently bought Pooria's RD2, the Team AD one, which is it feels very, very similar. He's got the HG3s in there, so that's I do try to keep some consistency, and I like to mess with the M chassis stuff, but I like to keep consistency there and getting dialed. I recently got dialed in with the Futaba setup, so I'm trying to like, if I do turn a knob, it's one. And I get really limited time to drive, so I just try to keep everything the same. And
fair.
I live like 15 minutes from the new Sheldon spot, so I'm usually there on the weekends. But yeah, we don't have a lot of big stuff down here now. So
it's kind of funny, right? Like where RC Drift is right now is it's definitely growing. It feels like, but the way a lot of like real estate is, you get in these big cities, especially your San Frans and your Seattles, and there's just not drift tracks because nobody can afford to rent a place, right? So it's kind of weird.
Pooria said it. You have to be so committed to it, because I know, like, you can see a new spot pop up, massive support. We see everybody come there, but not everybody can commit to every single spot every single weekend, and then
Yeah.
that starts to trickle, and then it's on the person running it to pick it up, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can be very seasonal too. Like for us, we're doing great right now because it's the winter time. It's raining. It's cold. People aren't really doing stuff outside. But come summertime, it usually empties out a little bit because people are taking the opportunity to go outside on the weekends.
Yeah.
It's definitely seasonal up here too. Like Pitt is always busier during comp. Like March to November, you'll see a decent chunk of people. Dies off in the summer because everyone wants to be outside, commitment with kids. And it's been quiet pretty much since World's Finals, with a little bit of pickup recently. But I think what's really cool with Pitt, at least, is like the community is super tight. We have a group chat on Facebook, and then like a bunch of the Notachi guys are also staff there. So if you want to go on a day where they're not open, you can ask, and if someone wants to open it for you, they'll open up and just pay the track fee and drive. It's cool.
Yeah, like a lot of track owners, it's kind of not their day job, right? So
Right.
they're not able to keep it open all the time, but a lot of the time you can talk to owners and make something happen. Adam suggests maybe a new track in Tonopah, Nevada. I think that's a good idea because we'd probably get a lot of like aerospace engineers addicted to RC drifting, and maybe they would make like an Area 51 RC drift car, dude. That'd be sick.
We'd have a bunch of Garretts rolling around. That'd be hilarious. Which Garrett posted some pretty interesting things in Roast My Rig. So
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm sure that'll be fun.
yeah, I need details. It's pretty cool.
Kyle, what's your kind of focus and drive in RC drifting? Are you a comp guy? Do you like just hanging out? Do you like just building stuff and kind of just enjoying your time at the track?
Yeah, I think I'd like to get into the comp stuff a little bit more. It just comes down to time. I think when you working full time, weekdays are just out of the question. I can't make it anywhere.
Fair.
So, on the weekends, it comes to just it's one of those things where you'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go and really focus on like just practicing today. And you get there, it's like 4 people and you just end up chatting. So it's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like wherever it goes, right? And I think I'd love to make it up for a few comps now. It's just a matter of like getting my butt up there and doing it. So
yeah,
love the building. I think that's what has kept me here for so long.
Mm-hmm.
But I also just think it's one of those things you come in and you're like, oh, that looks pretty easy. Nope. And so I like massive respect, and it's like not, it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah.
So good now.
There's like, I always describe it as there being like a pretty steep initial learning curve, and then it flattens out for quite a while. But then at the top, it's just like incredibly steep once again, and that just takes eons to really get there. Like I've felt like so much improvement when I first started. I was like, oh dude, I got this. I figured this out. I can do this now. And now it's like, shit, I'm not good enough. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you get that with anything, right? It's also so much of it is tribal knowledge. Like you have to talk to people.
Yep.
Yeah, true, very true.
To get out of that stagnant period, you can't do that without, I was gonna say hitting the books, but that's so academic. It's just like you gotta talk to people and like try things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean that's why we have this podcast, right? So we can try to share the knowledge a little bit more.
Nothing beats having someone look at your rig trackside. Like that was just again, like I gotta give a huge shout out to Joel and Dow. Because when I was getting started, like you go online and you read stuff and it kind of makes sense, but until you're there and someone's, for lack of a better term, holding your hand, right?
Yeah.
And man, like I have such a love-hate relationship with the RC Drift subreddit, because there's so many people who come in and they'll ask a question like, how do I make my car faster, with like no photo, no additional context? I'm like, I really want to help you, but you basically just asked me how long is a piece of string. Like, where do I begin?
Yeah. It was funny that you mentioned Reddit, because I was like, it's funny that this is where the conversation is going. And while, you know, I do think Reddit can be a valuable source, like a lot of the times you're just going to get people that are basically repeating what they've been told on the Reddit. It's just like,
Or you'll get
completely
trolled.
not valuable information.
Sorry, I see Joel in the YouTube comments saying, but I don't know anything. He always says that. And then just like podiums every time he shows up at comp. So you're a liar, Joel.
And it's funny too, because like we've always talked about how a lot of people that get really into this hobby, a lot of the times are more on like the introverted side. So it can be really hard, especially as a new person at a track, to like break the barrier to like start talking to people.
Yeah.
And it usually goes pretty well. Like almost anywhere we go, like I've been enough places now where I know like you can walk into any drift track and start talking to people and they'll be receptive of that, right? But I think a lot of us don't like to push that, right?
No.
I try to make a point now when I see someone I've not seen at a track before or someone with an RTR to go and say hi for that exact reason. Because it's tough, right? Like breaking the nerves to just go and talk to a stranger and say like hello.
Yeah.
And it can be intimidating, right? Like you go to the track and everyone's just crazy fast and you're just barely linking turns.
You just feel like you're in the way, and then like what the hell do they want to talk to me for?
I think it was my first day at Sheldon's, and I at Pooria wasn't able to make it, so I was like, oh shit, like he's the only person I've been talking to. Like, I'm going to talk to. And I think I approached Joel and JD, and I was like, so if I like crash, do I just like, get out of the way? And they're like, like, who's this guy? But like, you like you just have to go talk to people. Like everybody's so friendly. Like it's great.
Yeah.
That's the best part.
I would be surprised if you go anywhere and you talk to someone and it's probably a very low percentage of people that would like give you some kind of negative reaction to that.
Yeah.
Kind of crazy.
I do think we're in a very different world as far as like our community goes. Like there's a lot of toxicity everywhere. I don't think we have as much of that toxicity. Like you go into FPV drone like flying and they will roast you for not being in acro mode like 100% of the day. It's like, oh, you're flying instability or whatever, right?
Yeah, I remember that back in the days when I was a filthy cosplayer. And I got out of that because I just couldn't. I was like, you know what? I don't have the headspace. Like, I respect you guys for having the headspace to talk this much crap. Like, I'm done.
Cosplayer Pooria. Wait, what?
Yeah, where are these photos at?
Dude, I'm 38. Like, this is going back a while.
We just have to like. I think we always talk about how it goes back to the fact that when we're there, it's not really like any given day you go to the track, you're not trying to win anything, and you rely on other people in order to have a good time driving, right? So that kind of lends itself to everyone being friendly.
Yeah, that's a big part. I actually got into like the carpet racing, right? I kind of did that thing where like you go into something real heavy and then you kind of get burnt out and you pull back a little bit. And I think the reason drift has stuck around so long is because nobody's there to win. It's more than so.
You have to express.
You can't win, like practice, basically.
I'm still gonna try.
I'm still trying very hard every time to win practice, but I'm okay if someone, is in the way.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite. I don't know. It feels like a masochistic thing. There were a couple drivers at pit who are just so dang good, and I won't even say it to them. I'll never even say it out loud, and they know who they are. But when they show up, I'm always trying to keep on their door because I'm like, I know you're super good, and I'm benchmarking myself on whether I can keep up with you. Sorry, like.
I mean, I don't think they mind that at all. Like, just keep on going. if you wreck them, then keep on going, right?
Sometimes they mind, if it's like the fourth or the fifth spin out, I get it. Like,
Sure.
be chill.
Like, be mindful, right?
Yeah,
Don't be that guy. I just want to be you guys' friends.
That's Shane, right? Kane is Shane, right? Shane? I'm pretty sure. Everybody's friends with you, dude. What are you talking about?
There are so many people to try to
Maybe.
remember.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what gave it up, Shane? I saw the only video on your YouTube account, and it was a girls' soccer match. I was like, yep, that's Shane.
I'm trying to get, by the way, because you said soccer, and I have a platform to bring this up now. I'm trying to get metric football off the ground as like a replacement for the term soccer in the US.
Metric football is
Metric
pretty good.
football.
I like that. Metric football. Oh, the problem is it's just too much to say. It's too many syllables.
Metric
Sorry.
football. It's not
Joe, you have a lot of friends, my friend.
Yeah, man. You've got friends.
And they all pay you to hang out with them, so it's totally normal. It's totally normal friendship. How's it going, Joe? Friend party.
Just a reminder, if you haven't done so already, go join the Discord. Post and roast my rig. We'll try to get through them. We got some pretty epic stuff that we need to go through for Pooria and Kyle for their pictures. So
Yeah.
got some epic pictures to look at.
I kind of want to take it off topic a little bit today because something cool dropped. I don't know if any of you watched it, but they dropped like a preview of Forza Horizon 6.
Tokyo, Japan.
You guys see that?
I don't know what they're like.
Dang.
The car that they use though, like for the cover photo.
The GT? That thing's sick.
Oh, it looks really weird. Or at least from that.
It looks really cool to me. I don't know. I'm excited. That like they have some weird stuff where you can have your house, but then they give you like a whole property and you can like build on it. So I don't know what that involves, but it looks pretty crazy.
Wait, did you not play Horizon 5?
No.
You could do that there.
Oh, really?
It's just not in Japan.
Okay. Well, it's like that.
I think it'll be a lot more epic this time around.
Yeah, it
5
looks sick.
5 was a bust for me. Like
I think 5 came out too fast after 4.
I'm gonna be biased and say I prefer 4 because England. But I have 5 installed on my Steam Deck. I still jump on it every now and again. But has anyone here played Japanese Drift Masters?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
I love that one. Especially for the price point. Like I got it when it launched, and when it launched, it was not great. But they did a ton of work to the physics engine. It loads really quickly as well. There's like a very tight, limited number of cars, but they're all like drift classics. And like the modification in it is crazy. So it's like if you like Simcade, it's great.
Yeah.
If you like I keep every time I get a Steam email, I'm like, oh, did CarX Drift 2 drop? Like, is that what that is?
That's soon though, right?
Q1 of this year, apparently.
Yeah.
CarX Drift 2.
Yeah. I'm not very excited about that just because like what are they gonna like what's there to improve on? Like it's pretty good. And there's if you're playing on PC, there's mod tracks anyways, so like
true. I think the big thing is like damage physics.
Okay.
So,
but do we want that? Do we actually want that?
I mean, I kind of do because I'm really bad at those kinds of games, and like when you do the battles on it and you just send it too hard and you watch the whole rear end of your car basically just fall off. Like yeah, that's a $50,000 mistake right there. Like
the reality of that is though that all the trains you make with your friends, everyone's car is going to be completely destroyed. Which I guess you know,
It's a reality, right? You gotta
reality,
deal with
realism, I guess. But
that. I guess while we're off topic here, two questions that I want to pay attention to from chat. Mike Manning. Wow, sorry, Mike, Mister Manning. He used to drift back in the day with me. He wants a recommendation on a mid-level chassis. Do you guys have any recommendations for him? He said mid. I don't know
Mid?
what it is. Yeah.
Mid is kind of weird right now. I mean, like in my head, my head always goes to Yokomo just because that's where I'm at. But like I would say technically SD3 is mid, but I like that's really a high level chassis in my head because it's pretty dialed. So I could even say like get an RD and do some upgrades or hop ups, and that could be mid.
So Mike's last chassis that he had was a Yokomo YD2 Plus. So basically the S.
Yeah, so you could go
Or E. It was an
SD3
E.
at that point and be doing pretty good.
I mean, it's at least priced mid, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
mean, compared to some of the other brands, the MD is priced mid these days.
yeah, no joke. Like $900 on A-Main for an MD3 versus what, 13 to 1600 for either GRK5R or whatever chassis up there, or $2,500 for a fully hopped up Galm, right?
Yeah.
I feel
DJ
personally attacked.
2,300 if you buy Pooria, so he's got on the market right now.
And then the other question, I think Garrett was asking it, suggestions for sim rigs, I think is what I saw.
You got to be more specific than that.
Hold on, let me find it.
Are we talking just a wheelbase? Or are we talking like the actual, stand or construction wheelbase? Okay.
He just said wheel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's so many, like it's the sim industry has come so far since like
COVID.
since COVID.
Like actually.
It's crazy. It's actually crazy. There's so many brands, there's so many wheelbases now that are all direct drive. There's no more belts anywhere. Like I think Thrustmaster is the only company that still sells belts. I guess Logitech, or no, their stuff is their low end stuff is gear. So yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong, I would say, with a lot of it outside of some of the more obscure brands.
It's just paying attention to like console compatibility if you need it, right?
Yeah, console compatibility is a big deal, and just the only thing I would research when choosing wheelbase is customer service. Because Fanatec had a really bad era, and they might still be in a really bad era in that way. I definitely, out of any of the companies, I wouldn't recommend Fanatec just because of the precarious situation that company finds themselves in right now. They're just
Corsair.
got bought out, and customer service has an issue.
Yeah, although I haven't
really
had any
driven
problems.
anything. So
well, you went like completely insane, right? You went to
I did.
StimuCube.
Yeah, that was dumb. I mean, it was cool. I love it, but that was not a smart decision.
I keep on looking at Sim Magic, like Adam LZ and his Sim HQ website has a lot of good stuff on there, and of course, there's like plenty of other websites that are out there, and a lot of good YouTube videos, like Jimmy Broadbent. If you watch his channel, he's got a lot of interesting stuff on it. Yeah, Pooria, what is your favorite fast food spaghetti, and why is it Jollibee?
God damn it, Dale.
There's no way it's actually that. He has to be sarcastic, right? Like you can't. If you're serious about that.
No, it's not. I mean, he's putting that in there because my wife is American Italian New Yorker,
Okay.
Oh,
And
jeez.
Dow took me for my first Jollibees ever. And told me, he's like, so I got the chicken, and he's like, well, you got to get the spaghetti as well, which I didn't realize the sauce is basically just ketchup. So there's a very incriminating photo of me just like devouring this
Chowing down on it. Yeah.
Sheldon's side.
So
Which
what
is,
you're saying is he slandered you and he's libeling you. Okay.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You'll be hearing from my lawyers.
Get ripped out. You're done. Get over it.
He tunes your stuff. What are you gonna do?
Oh crap!
You know what? You'll be fine.
He's probably gonna be relieved and I'll have to get like messages from me at 11:30 p.m. and I'm just like, can you remind me what this thing is? Or
Hold on. I'm supposed to show something here.
Let me guess. Is it the picture?
We have the evidence.
Yeah, we have the evidence.
We have the evidence. So this is so people of the court. We have here Exhibit A. That does kind of look like you're enjoying that spaghetti quite a bit.
Look at that. Look at that. The slurp.
I can hear the image.
That's my it's gross face. That I swear. Cancelled.
Bring out the Jollibee livery. Okay. I still have yet to have.
So,
Well, actually,
do you have a picture of you perhaps enjoying like traditional Italian spaghetti that would help offset this?
It's like we need the proof.
I got pictures of me in Venice. Does that work?
Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, just keep those queued up for the court case.
Oh man.
Someone needs to make somebody a Jollibee livery.
What?
Dude, Team Canes will shit on Team Jollibee.
Oh man.
Adam said Canes versus Jollibee comp. Team Canes versus Team Jollibee comp, dude. Oh,
I have some Jollibee logo stickers from made by Julia Shop. She's done like a couple of them, like window peekers. I haven't used them yet. I don't know if I got them handy. I just like recently put this like filing cabinet next to my desk, which has got all my drift crap in it, and it's in here somewhere. I'll dig it out later. For it forever.
Sorry.
Man. Yeah, I have a mild bone to pick with you guys when you talk about fried chicken. Like, how does Korean fried chicken never come up in the conversation?
What?
Like,
It's because it's always like the underdog. It's like the dive where you need to go to. Korean fried chicken?
Like any Korean fried chicken.
Oh.
For me, it just dunks on anything else.
It's
very
that's
telling.
Yeah, you're not wrong. There was a good place over by
So
the old.
So here's my take on that. Like, it's in context, right? The context of like a quick fast food drive-through type joint, or not drive-through, but like, chain kind of quick in and out place. I'm not talking about like fancy restaurant or just anything beyond that.
Well, I actually completely missed that. So fair enough. I got no horse in this race.
Dude, Korean fried chicken is not wildly overpriced. I don't think so.
Depends where you're getting it, right? You can get an insane bucket of it in Oakland for like $15. Is enough to feed like 4 people.
Banchan is expensive. Man. No KFC.
KFC, no.
KFC.
No. KFC, no.
I've actually never had KFC stateside.
KFC is fine, but it's just not in the conversation. I did see something in the Discord that I wanted to bring up too.
Where?
It was Josh. I don't remember where it was. Was it in general?
What was it talking about?
The RC Drift IO app or whatever.
Oh,
There it is. topics and ideas. So he was asking if you're paying attention. There's a rcdrift.uk. They have created like an app which is designed. It seems like it's to organize and run comps, as well as it ties in a kind of a global ranking system for drivers. And Josh was asking if we thought that could be picked up in the North American market.
I think it already has, actually.
Yeah, there are some tracks already that are using it, right?
Yeah, I think
Aaron uses that.
Yeah, you got it.
RC Drift Network. And so that I have kind of a funny story about that. I was literally like doing some, DIY kind of learning at home, and I was getting pretty deep into that, doing some programming, and I was like starting to think about like what I would do, how I would do that, and I was starting to work on it a little bit, and then like a week later, I saw them launch their platform, and I was like, well, cool, all right, never mind then. So that's been fun. I'm glad that somebody did it. Hopefully I haven't tried it yet. If it works really good, I don't see why we wouldn't use it. I mean, currently we just use like notes and spreadsheets, and it works, but it could be better. I think my vision was always like a platform that helps everybody and keeps everyone in sync. Because like at SDC Worlds, for example, it's always hard to know like what exactly is going on at that moment, when exactly you need to be somewhere, get your car tacked, or when your practice group is up. If you're outside, right, you have no idea. So, but yeah, if it does stuff like that, I don't see why people wouldn't use it.
Just gotta vibe code something together on like Claude or ChatGPT. Get a rival down.
Yeah, the problem with that stuff is, one, you have to have someone that actually knows how it works. And two, I've actually spent a lot of time. They released Google released like a basically it's VS Code skinned in like Gemini, and I've played with that a bit, and it just doesn't get you as far as you need to be. It'll get you really far, and it's really impressive what it can do. But once you start getting like a little bit into the complicated stuff, it starts to break down. And then if you don't understand how it's actually working, then you can't really fix it either. So,
yeah, I don't know the first thing about code. That's Kyle's domain.
I saw a video today of somebody creating like vibe coding, and it's like, give me a plane simulation, and it's like, boom, Battlefield, right? And he's like, now make the plane blue. And all of a sudden, it's like 4 like plain boxes. He's like, "What?" Like that's you get there and then you change one thing.
Yeah.
And it's
You start having to like really compartmentalize all of your changes, but then it's not scoped to the whole thing, so it can't take everything into account. And then it just starts to, and then eventually you just run out of computing power. Like the cloud services just can't possibly take in everything. And it usually, like once you get so complicated, it just stops working. It's pretty funny though. But yeah, I mean the app, I think for sure people would definitely use that. I mean it would be highly useful to anyone that's running a comp, because that, like I said, that's the way that's done now, is kind of just freestyle. You kind of have to just figure it out.
Well, that it's more in the sense of just like a national leaderboard, right?
Yeah, that could be cool, like an ELO system. Yeah. The only problem with that is we don't do a lot of like, I mean, when I say we, I mean everyone in the RC drift scene in general. We're not all doing a lot of traveling, so the web of connections that you need to make to have a really strong rating system just would be a little too weak. Basically, there'd be too few strands between each major city, so it would throw everyone's scores way off. You'd have people in like, Wyoming that have crazy high ratings because they're not really connected in the network of like people in SoCal or whatever. That's my guess. I don't know. I could be way wrong there.
You got to weight it on a curve.
Yeah. You got to figure something out.
Chris, hopefully it will standardize the process. I don't think that we'll ever have like a truly standardized judging system, to be honest.
No, because like the way SDC currently does it, everyone's kind of free to mostly, like not mostly, but you can do like whatever you want, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
You should definitely use their rule book. You're allowed to, I believe they mention, I don't remember exactly what it is, but you can definitely kind of have your own rules, but you're really at that point only hurting your locals, right? If you're not following the exact same rule set.
We haven't got the rules for 26 yet, have we?
No,
I don't think so.
They've only announced the different regional sanctions, basically, which there's plenty of them, that's for sure. Although I haven't heard of anything. Logan might know something. Do we know of any calendar events yet? Like, are they planning at PDX?
For SDC,
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have softly committed to dates, not anything that we've announced yet. But we're working on getting that out as soon as possible. There's just a couple other things that we're having to sort out at the moment. I can give you an update for Drift to Death. It does look like we have a target date, but again, we're working with other areas to sort of make sure that date is a day that people can be able to come to Oregon. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you say it like the film, or do you say it like a sentence? Is it to drift to death, or is it to drift to death?
It's just Drift to Death.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You read my mind.
Well, last year was to Drift to Death because of Fast and Furious. Like we're following like a theme of Fast and Furious.
Nice.
Right. So this year is actually going to be Tokyo Drift to Death.
Nice.
Yeah. And that will be tentatively I can tell you it's like the first half of August is when that's going to happen.
Because the first is on a Saturday.
Yes, there's some events that are in conflict right now, so we're just trying to figure that out.
Yeah, more people, more better. Like that.
Yep.
Drift to Death is something to be at for sure.
This year's we grew over the first year and we grew again, so we only expect to grow again. Space may or may not be an issue. We're last year we had the additional unit next to us that we got to use, and so far that's still available. But we'll see when the time comes. Hopefully we get it because we're gonna need it.
I'm gonna try breaking it out this year. I've missed the first one.
Yeah, I mean it's really cool. It's the amount of people that we have coming in from out of state for only the second one, and what I assume will be the third one is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
but it's a pretty fun event.
So, like I was saying earlier, we do have a lot of pictures to go through too.
Let's do it.
Let's start those. Let's see. Let me switch the screen here. Here we go. So starting in with this whole new Final Kaiju livery, I think they're fantastic.
Thank you.
So I guess where did you come up with the idea outside of just Godzilla?
So I got a shout out to Austin Salient. He actually refreshed my Kaiju logo to that one. So my old one was like the face was more like the kind of Japanese Gojira design from like Gojira Zero film. And we put this together for Pit Stop, actually. Like it was originally like, we're gonna do this collab livery Final Kaiju Salient and make sure the Pit Stop logo is nice and prominent on it, specifically to paint for giveaway bodies. And it lined up with me learning how to airbrush. So it was kind of a perfect opportunity for me to take point and start doing them. And then I've been surprised by like community response to it, that like a lot of people want the livery, which is cool to see. But you know, the Godzilla is so prominent on the side that I've just painted a bunch of them, and I'm refreshing it for this year. So I'm gonna keep Godzilla and push him back a little bit so he doesn't take up so much of the door. And then add probably some Evangelion inspired geometry to just like add more flourishes to it. But yeah, once I got the flow going, I just enjoyed doing these, and it's, you know, it's such a simple design. It lends itself to a bunch of different colorways. And the show up paint is, dude, it's such a joy to paint with. Like it sprays so clean and so easy. And like, I mean, you can see the color shift on the on Kaiju there. Like I haven't seen any other paint from anybody else that like works that well. To the point that I'm even like, I'm willing to spring for the base colors on show up. But yeah, this guy, I was really hoping that Super G or somebody else would have the bumperless cores for that S14 addiction by now. Because I think I'm gonna run this body for comp. And running it with the bumperless would be my move. And then I don't know how well you can see it over here, but maybe I put a photo of it with the lights in from Illumination. And then I also pinched the 2 black wheels, 2 white wheels left to right from one of my teammates, JB, who he does it on all of his cars. It was like, that looks cool, I'm gonna do that.
I mean, speaking of Evangelion, like,
Yeah.
it's not like neon green, but it's there. Like,
yeah, that's the show up Parodies, and I actually I backed that with a neon green to brighten it up even more before finishing it with the black. But yeah, this year has definitely been like the year of the Evangelion colorway for me. I'm probably gonna stick with it, and then this one was kind of, I was trying to challenge myself and add the S14 too, of like doing colorways that are outside of my comfort zone. I don't normally do like a gunmetal or like a more kind of muted color, and this combo came out so sick that the Notachi 2026 team livery is going to be like heavily gunmetal with some like other fluorescents in, but you'll see those soon. And then that one's got the combat eyes. It's the Arlos body. That's the MST one. But the Arlos one, it does have the Arlos light buckets in it, but I had to sit there with a Dremel and just like round the crap out of the front light buckets to get the combat eyes to fit properly. And then the diffusion is actually just medical tape. It's medical mesh tape. So I put like one layer on the inside. On the outside, there is, it's kind of hard to see in photos, but there's a second layer that's cut at a tapered angle. Yeah, you can kind of see it layered up there. Unfortunately, I should have checked before I put it together, and this is where I keep pointing this way because Kyle's that way from me, but on the stream he's over here. Kyle's way more detail oriented than me. We were talking about this earlier, and I was like, this dude makes Wagyu steaks, and I'm slinging cheeseburgers. Like,
we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, that's.
And then the white was a suggestion from Dal to just like add an additional accent color in there. But yeah, the painting these is, I've still yet to find a masking material that I'm super happy with. Like, I think Kyle uses the same stuff. Like, it's the Cricut removable vinyl.
Yeah, the premium one. I don't know what that means, but it's premium, I guess.
It works decently well, but it's still got like a thickness to it.
Yeah.
So if you overlayer, like if you just put too many layers and build up, and then you go to peel away, the paint is kind of rolled over the masking, and you don't pull it at the right time when it's like dry enough not fully dry, you're
Yeah.
lifting the whole thing out, and
Yeah.
that's happened a couple times. But the cool thing with Show Up versus some of the other paints that I've worked with, it will strip so easy with lacquer thinner. So if you make mistakes, you can just wipe it out and then like go again, and you're good to go, and no one's gonna know. That one, actually, the sponsor logos that are on the side, I like redid them twice.
To think to like pick those off after spraying it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I died inside when I peeled it off and it wasn't right. It was like, oh my
It's the
god.
worst. It's like I'm just gonna stop.
I like took a 3-day break from it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm just no.
Medical tape is genius. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah,
I didn't.
I dig that.
Thanks.
Hey DJ, you've been requested.
You've been
to
summoned.
do a kickflip.
Oh crap! I'm so ready. My workbench is not though, so bear with me for a second.
I have you pretty cropped in, so you might need to
Right,
work
well,
on.
yeah, I'm gonna tilt down. A little tilt action.
First
I have
try.
not warmed up, so bear with
First
me.
try, no warm up.
Yeah, dude, first try.
Oh,
Dang
Gimme.
it! Out of
Dude.
insert clip. Oh wait, just kidding.
oh,
Delete.
flip.
Yeah, the one that we filmed last year.
Yeah, I gotcha. There we
We
go.
need the GIF.
There we go.
The perma GIF.
The perma
It's
gif.
so funny, DJ. I think we have the same keycaps.
Oh,
DJ, please tell me you didn't get into keyboards.
no, that's just one that when I first got into my PC build, my friend was just so like, here, have it. You can
Oh,
start your
thank
PC build off with this. So
Thank
I
God.
need to go get a keyboard actually still. I've been
Yes.
neglecting that. And a mouse.
We don't need you into keyboards, dude. It's not worth your time.
It would just be a bunch of little fingerboards.
We got Garrett asking, how'd you make those bumper straps?
Those are actually from Arlos, so those come with that kit. But if you wanted to replicate them, it's super easy. You can do it with like a high elasticity or low durometer O-ring, and just like a little 3D printed cap that you put a body screw through. So I think next time that's how I'm going to do it. That S13 is handily my favorite body right now. I'm waiting for Arlos to drop the revision where the rather than the bash bar on the back, it's gonna have a dropped bumperless core with an integrated bash bar. That one's broken on mine. So it hit the wall a little too hard. I don't know if you can see the super glue seam right there. Where I could put it back together. But
As
the
you
other
do.
thing with this body is it looks great dumped, but you can see there, like, that's how it sits when you actually like want to drive. And that's on my Golem, which leans more than you'd think. And so after the first drive, I genuinely thought I had body rubbing, and it turns out it was the skirts just like scraping the
ground.
track, and the thing would lean. So you kind of have to give it a rally fitment if you are running a high mount. I think on like a RR or a low mount motor would be fine. But yeah, I've never seen anyone do the Max Racing kit before. If you don't know, the Max Racing S13 is one of the sickest looking Sylvias out there. And you know, Arlos is cool. He started DMing me and he was asking me for feedback because I haven't seen anyone stateside stock this body yet, so I bought it directly from him. Shipped pretty quickly. Thankfully, he told me that they're not going to pre-cut stuff anymore, which is great. So like, I don't know if you've seen the Eurofighter or that one. The main body comes sort of semi pre-cut. You still have to cut the wheel arches out yourself, but I'm not a fan of that because I don't know who did it in the factory or whatever, and like the lines aren't perfect. The mod lines on that are pretty decent for putting the body together, but you know, nobody can beat Addiction in my opinion when it comes to just like body quality. So even though the lines were pretty good, I was still sat there with like 320 grit sandpaper for half an hour to get the over fenders. And yeah, everyone roasts me for putting the net on the rear window, which fair enough. It's like it's a little Oakland thing. The window got smashed in, and we put some net there. That's how we do. So
No, it's the fact that you weaved it.
that's
You actually weaved that.
No. That's an SRC piece. That's off the shelf.
To come like that. But unfortunately, Shane actually just called dibs on all S13, so you're gonna have to.
Hey, we're gonna have him for that.
Rambo.
We'll see.
Sorry, bud.
Other question from chat. iHaven, which show up purple is that? One Drop Candy or PC Binder purple?
That is One Drop Candy backed with PC Binder silver, like a lot of coats of silver. So it's like three coats of, no, sorry, it was 5 coats of PC of the One Drop Candy. I actually thin the paint more than you need to just err on the side of caution. So I think Mackie Works recommends for the One Drop like a 1:1. I do like a 1 to 1.2 with reducer, just so that like I find for candies, because like if you see that up close and in person, candy paint's like really easy to see the unevenness on it when you lay it down if you don't lay it down with like a really fat nozzle or get the like pressure just right. So I find thinning it gives you a little bit more forgiveness because you can go back over an area and build it up. And I learned a lot of that actually from Kyle, and like we've been going back and forth talking about ratios, like but yeah, so it's like 5 coats if you're using a like more thinner than you need to, and then silver, and then finally backed with black. And the fender trim is just to me a yellow.
What's the color on the bar on the back? Or like what kind of chrome is that?
It's a waste of spaz chrome. Yeah.
I'm glad you actually painted the side skirt in bumper trim, because our buddy Jake would just use like painter's tape on that to get that done. So
if you look at Jake's body, like it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible because it's all wrinkly and crap.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
I mean,
it's kind of like it's kind of like the Challengers when they have the little yellow
that's
protective piece. It's basically that. It's the RC Drift version of that.
I like doing the skirts from the outside, and I personally like I've had people when I drive with them, they're like, oh, I don't want to door that. I'm like, dude, door it. Like I love it when my body looks like it's been driven hard and it's got battle scars on the side. Like I'll just paint another one. I don't care. This was the first kaiju body I did for myself, and that is that's the Show Up Parodies, and then the just like the PC Binder gunmetal. The sponsor logos were the Show Up Rainbow paint, but I was on autopilot and I put reducer into the rainbow paint, which you don't need to do. So unless you're basically there with like a 1000 lumen torch like shining on the thing, you can't tell that it's holographic.
Oh.
But just to translate real quick, when he says torch, he means flashlight, chat.
Thank you.
And that's your flashlight.
But that is my favorite of the lot. I'm either going to bring the S14 with me because I've been driving that most to Portland, or this, and then that's a window peeker from Julia with Ultra Ego Vegeta, who matches the purple. So
pretty sick.
Thank you.
Final kaiju. Okay. Incoming.
You got to start like painting the spikes and all the scales on the kaiju.
Yeah, you got 3D
Still
parts.
haven't learned how to. I'm still practicing gradients with an airbrush.
Yeah.
This is last year's team body that co-designed with Salient. That's his RX-7 in the white, which is just so much sicker than mine. Like, if you don't follow him on Instagram, you should, because his builds are just insane. But yeah, this was the beginning of the like Evangelion obsession this year. So Fused RC did the stickers for us. And I put together like a purple green 01 alternative colorway and just asked him if he could print me one for myself. And then ended up running that all year, which got me roasted by the team because they're like, dude, why is yours not the same color as everybody else's? I'm like, because I like it and it's cool.
Dude, team paint drama. I'm so over it. So over it.
Golly.
Let me freaking dry whatever I want, you nerds.
Well, I mean, yeah, I get it, because like we put all this time into designing, a mecha inspired livery, and it was super different from previous years. And we wanted to get everyone on board with it. It was a really democratic process, and then one of the co-designers decides that he's gonna just do his own thing. So it justifiably roasted.
Yeah, I guess if everyone else is matching, then you probably deserve it.
If it weren't for you, nobody would have had it. So you can do what you.
That was my defense.
Yeah.
And those photos, by the way, are from they're in Austin's garage. Like he has a little drift track at home, and he can't park a car in there. It's just his like scale arena. It's super cool. So if you see any of his videos on Instagram where he's shooting stuff, that's his garage.
Yeah, it is inspiring. Like, talk about like hobby or otherwise, like he knows how to like market himself, and he's got the brand. I know that's like his thing, but it's just nuts. His content's great.
So I think these are concept art of like how you got there, right?
Yeah, that I threw that in because it's the very first livery that I designed. So I do design as a day job, and I'd never done a car livery before, and originally was going to just do an Ava Racing tribute build, and then decided, you know what, I'm gonna have I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna have a go at it, and that S13 now lives just like on the wall at Pit Stop. I ran it for a while and then just was like, it's cool, whatever. It was the first one. And then, yeah, that's the original art for...
We are not skipping the other batch of photos there, Adam.
No, I was trying to transition, okay? We were there.
Okay. We can stay.
Of course.
But we go back to that.
I was trying to make it like ubiquitous.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I got you.
This was for a team out in Qatar who was a guy Ping from the RC Drift Discord. For this, the subreddit's Discord. He got into it and like dove into the hobby really quickly. And originally he was like, "Hey man, like your Notachi livery is the Qatar flag colors. Can we just have that?" I was like,
Nice.
No, like I can do something. So 974 is the area code, or like it's the international code for if you're dialing Qatar. And so this is just like, it's just an evolution of the Notachi livery for those guys. So they're not Notachi Qatar, but they are affiliated with Notachi, which is why we're on there. And myself and Joel and a few other of the teammates have been helping them out. And so like they help them build their track, help them understand like how to set up a comp. Really cool set of guys, and they've invited us out. One day I'd love to go out.
Wasn't Kevin with RCO like out there just
the
other week?
Yeah. They held their first competition in Qatar, and he came out, and I think he helped them judge.
Yeah, it was intense because like the entire track was just in a tent. Like...
Yeah, like, right next to a drag strip.
Yep.
Yeah. The track was in a tent, but the award ceremony had pyrotechnics. I was like, "That's crazy."
Oh yeah,
Bro.
Like we're in the wrong.
What are we doing?
And then let's take it back here before we get into some other cool stuff.
Yes, you do have to tell. Oh, okay, I see.
Sorry, Logan.
No, yeah, you're good. I'm just so
Uh,
excited.
Just how I started. That's the first body I ever did. With like the Pandora Universal over fenders on a Tamiya 400Z body. I think that's the Dakar body. So like a bunch of the parts were left spare, and I tried doing the panel lines with like a Gundam marker, so they look just terrible. And I wasted like my only donut sticker that was like the perfect size that I could use to like I could have used that to like paint with at some point, and they don't make them that size anymore. I'm like, oh well.
The progression, I love it.
Mhm.
Okay, Logan, you can take it from here.
All right, bro. How are you involved with this thing? Because it's probably one of my favorite cars that's ever been built.
Oh, thanks. I had a very small part in it. So Batim, the guy in the background of the photo there,
Yes.
he's the you know
I know
BBI,
the BBI owner. Yes.
yeah. So he built this, and he and his team were using Fusion, and I was on the Fusion team for 8 years. So they were using what was it's still called generative fluids, which is basically like AI enabled fluid dynamics, and myself and another guy from Autodesk, like we were helping them with that part of the vehicle. So we helped design the air intake and some of the header systems that are on that thing. But dude, like it's a crazy vehicle. Like the only original Porsche part left on that is the roof.
I believe it.
So like everything's carbon fiber. The headlights were custom. There's a really funny photo of me somewhere floating on the internet trying to sit in it because oh my god, why am I blanking on his name? The driver for Hoonigan who passed away, Ken Block.
Yes.
Ken Block's a really he's tall, but he's a really slim guy.
Yeah.
So I tried to get in it, and I'm just sat on the seat, like like bunched up like this. But yeah, it's super cool. It was an amazing project. All the guys at BBI are just some of the coolest people ever, and they were the ones who encouraged me. They were like, dude, just go buy a car and start tinkering, like get at it.
I was like watching all the videos of them building that car and stuff, and BBI made a bunch of videos and about their stuff, and it's kind of, I was just like so impressed by, you have this group of relatively young people, I would say. I mean, they're not that young, but they're not, I wouldn't call them old. Just usually when you see stuff of this caliber, it's like people that are, I don't know, just been around for a way long time. But this thing is so sick, and like the business that they've built off of just like running crazy Porsches and racing cars and stuff is sick. And that thing's so cool.
Have you seen their latest project?
I haven't.
So they are building 100 Resto Mod 992 GT2 RSs, and like from the ground up. Like they keep like 5% of the original parts. It's like carbon fiber tub, and they pre-sold all of them. There's like and they're like 1.5 million a piece.
Yeah, so they're like at Singer level now.
Oh yeah. And it's like, I love that they've carved their own path. Like I think they might be collaborating with Singer on it. Because Singer is like, it's these crazy ultra luxe vehicles, right? And what these guys are building is like keeping the spirit of the GT2 RS. And like, no, you can go get groceries in if you want, and then you can go dominate on the track and drive this all day, every day. Like, yeah, I love the guys over there. Nothing but good things to say about them all. Their CTO Dimitri is just like one of those genius level intellect people that you just, when you're around him, I don't talk this much when I'm around that guy.
Yeah, he was doing some cool stuff in a lot of the videos they made. This next part though is definitely something that's been in my brain a lot lately. And we've talked about it just very briefly, but so you work specifically, like you said, in this like generative, like optimized kind of part of Fusion, right? So
Yeah.
tell us about that stuff. And if you're curious, chat, this is like the wheels and the mirrors, and this is what that is.
Yeah, so man, this is going back a while now. Like this is AI before we were using the term AI because it's cool. And I worked on the wheels, the wing mirrors, and the intern at the time did the steering wheel on the inside. And so I mean, as a tech goes, it's really interesting because you give it like all the engineering requirements, and then it generates like optimized geometry for you. And like, you know, all this stuff looks crazy and organic and like really unnatural, but it kind of makes sense, right? Like if you think about it, like bone structures are some of the most optimized things like out there, and you know, nature's had a few billion years to get it right, and we're just kind of catching up. This thing had like a really cool concept behind it, and the idea was that if you're in an accident, the steering wheel would just basically like shatter, and it had, I don't know if you've ever seen Demolition Man, where the whole inside of the car like fills with foam to hold you in place.
The
idea was that this was lined with a bunch of that stuff that would just cover the driver and shield them and protect them. But yeah, the wheels were a ton of fun because we built them in like a 1/5 section, and then that's the alternative that's 5-axis machined by a buddy of mine at Pier 9, which is Autodesk's like manufacturing facility, which is where I used to work out of. Yeah, the
wheel is machined?
That wheel is machined from one piece.
Googly moogly.
Yeah, I think it's like a week of machining.
Yeah, dude, that's insane.
The last time I saw that, it was being used as a footrest by someone.
Oh, sick.
That's great.
Dude, if that was like a retail part, that would be so damn expensive.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a set of skate trucks I did. I'll pull them out.
But I just want to get into like the why and the what of it a little bit more. Like it's basically you give the program, you know, your attachment points basically for whatever you need to attach it to, and the steering wheel, in that case it's the center, right, in the wheel that you're touching, or for the mirrors it's the mirror and the car. You give it the load that it's going to see, right, that you need it to withstand, and then the computer generates an optimized solid in between those 2 points, right?
Yeah, and what's really cool is you also you can tell it if there's like motion involved, if you need tool access, like where to avoid areas. And then I think what makes that tech super interesting is it factors in the material and how you're going to make it. So the machined wheel, like there was no modification, like there's no human intervention. It went from like load cases, machining process, smallest tool bit we're going to use, straight out. Those ones were cost as like a single piece, which was like watching the guys make the tool. When we showed it to them, like if you ever want to like make a metal worker have a bad day, show them that and tell them you want to cost it. Like
But that, like, so a lot of this stuff in the past, well, I guess, I mean, machining has come a long way. So like, you know, you can machine some of these things now, and obviously casting is an option, but then a lot of it comes into the additive manufacturing side of things these days as well. I mean, it's all still an option, right? But this is like, I've told you this, but this is like my dream of what RC cars are, right, soon. Because I think we could, I don't necessarily know why I want to do that. I think my like a real secret dream that I have is that people can print like tempered carbon fiber chassis that are like organic, like that are generated, you know, optimized designs. You could print that at home pretty easily now, right? And it could be strong enough and it'd be super light. That's just so cool to me. Like, because we think of printing cars now and it's like, yeah, you could do it, but it'd probably be pretty weak. You know, you'd probably break it. But you start adding this stuff, you know, and
we're getting there, right? Like, I mean, the back, like, there's people are printing accessories. Like Pandora does it. I think Addiction is going to start doing it soon as well. And you know, every Arlos body, like all the accessories are printed. But yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about it, and it's been like in the back of my mind, and it's something that I like actually genuinely really admire about Kyle. Is like Kyle has ideas, commits, and executes, and I just have like a billion post-it notes, like a
Yeah.
conspiracy theory in my sketchbook of like, I'll get to this
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah, I'm like that. I have ideas, but I have no execution.
Is this a mechanical arm with a pizza and a pizza pig?
So that's Babish from Binging with Babish, if you're into food YouTube. And America's Test Kitchen was our neighbor when I was living in Boston, and that's the other facility. And so I think it was for one of the anniversaries of Uncle Buck. They asked us if we could help them make the pancakes from Uncle Buck. And I threw it out there for no reason of like, why don't we use an industrial robot to flip the pancake? And that's what that is. So it's like $100,000 robot
Yeah.
used to flip pancakes.
Hey man, you got to flip a lot of pancakes.
Dude, I mean, it turned out to be a really funny like exercise in engineering and mechanics, because like we had to like optimize the speed to get the robot to flip without sending this giant pancake flying across the workshop.
Yeah.
And then like cooking a thing that big, like, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And then they ate the pancakes at the end too, which was cool.
That's pretty sick.
This was funny. Hold on. Where is it? Basically, Shane saying, add spotlights to make nerves go through the roof face.
I think that would just make it harder to drive in general, Shane.
I mean, lights aren't allowed anyway, right?
Yeah. No
Walk-up
lights.
music would be cool.
Yeah, walk-up
I'm game
music
for
would be dope. But that's a lot of songs.
That is a lot of songs.
And then
Like
we can't
160.
monetize any of the stream.
Yeah. I've dealt with that. That's fun. Here's the guitar guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked for some more group photos, but Ping basically was like, yeah, everyone came and like snatched their bodies away, and I haven't been able to get a photo of all of them together since. And then yeah, that's from their first comp last week, and there's the pyrotechnic smoke in the background.
Of course,
Jeez.
dude.
I mean, didn't he
course.
say he started doing this like it couldn't have been more than 4 or 5 months ago now, right?
Yeah, if that, and like almost all of them are on RDX. He's constantly roasting me for driving a Golem and having an RDX that just collects dust.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah. Look at that flake.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
If you want, if anyone out there wants to get Show Up Paint right now, Vertex has it. It's not on their website, but you can call them. So I called them to get a restock for the team bodies I'm doing, and they were super cool. It's like if you make the order go way quicker if you know the SKU numbers, which I went and pulled from Super G's website.
Okay. All right. What are we looking at?
Those are my two chassis. The RDX on the left there that hasn't been driven in a long time with all the top line front end parts. At one point, it was RC Art converted. I took it off and put the Rev D carbon deck back on. The only thing I kept was the front brace for additional rigidity. It's got UC shocks with barrel springs in the no, it's standard Rev D springs in the front, and then in the back it's got the barrel short springs with the Shibata helper and the Shibata top spring, and then a sway bar, and there's a Yokomo ball diff in that thing. Like I switched to ball diff last year and I've never looked back. I just recently swapped it to be full Sanwa electronics as well. And then that's the TTO2 in progress in the middle there, which is we have GRK at home. So the wrap up next, upper arms, I stripped the anodization off and then just like got lazy about polishing it up properly. My
Wait.
overdose. Yes, sorry.
Is that a clear diff case?
It is. I got those off of Amazon. And it's my old ES knuckles from my Golem with the MRC wiper kit. Metal garage, carbon front, rear stays, their center motor mount, and then the battery tray, and then it's my spare motor, which is a 15.5, which is what I'm just gonna throw on it. And then in the rear, it's the Rev D lowers and the top line rear hubs. And then the last one's my Golem, which is my main chassis. It's basically full option at this point. I think the only thing missing is, if you even count it, is the front turnbuckle dress up parts and the actual overdose ESC holder. Which
what is that sticker on there? Oh, what's that?
I mean, for any Golem owners out there, he's pretty good at helping out.
Yeah, I'm just ripping on Seb. He's the man.
And I also get roasted for sticking the voltage reader straight onto the motor, but
I'm gonna roast you for having that because you have an Ankavance and it tells you the battery.
Well, I run a Sunwa transmitter.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which
that's actually the dead giveaway now that people run Sanwas if they have a voltage meter.
Well, I mean, I love the transmitter, and I am a fan of their ESC, but it's not as granular as the Accuvance. And this thing started out as a plagiarism of one of Junta's builds, and he was using the Sanwa servo. And Ryan from RG recommended I try out the SGS02, and I've never looked back. I love that gyro. Super easy to set up. It's basically like a low brain GYD. And then the rad ESC and Agile LV45. And I just recently put the new slide rack in. I got really lucky. I had a triple wiper. I bought a slide rack to put in my RR, and then Banzai just like sent me a slide rack that I didn't pay for. It just showed up in the mail one day, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, someone out there is probably really upset that they didn't get their slide rack. So I like waited a month to see if they would email me to be like, hey, we screwed up. Can you send that back to us? And they never did. So I threw it into the Golem like maybe like 2 weeks ago.
That person's finding out right now.
Sorry, look, it's mine now. Like,
yeah, good luck getting that back, dude. I keep waiting for someone to make that slide rack into like a piece of jewelry, like some kind of ring setup, or that'd be pretty baller.
Yeah. And then just things that upset other Golem owners is my ESC plate is double-sided taped straight to the bulkhead.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, it's only dumb if it doesn't work. I had to do that because of the RX-7 that you saw earlier, the Notachi one. Austin and I both push the rear bumper in when we mount them, and it looks like a wide body kit on the rear, but because it's so short, there's no clearance, and I had the scale reflex arms off and just stuck it straight in.
Fair.
Charted, I'm not sure what you're saying, Chartison.
That's way too vague.
I need real sentences is what I need. Can't you say what your Sanwell radio is and what's your radio settings? I run an M17, just wondering what trying to tune my radio. Okay. So what radio are you running? Let's start there.
M17.
Okay.
I have it set to FH5 with throttle, and all the options are set to SSL mode. I can post my servo and gyro settings into Discord later, but I wouldn't run what I run because everyone that I've handed my chassis over to is just like, what the hell is this? Like, I cannot drive it. But it works for me. So
That's all that matters.
The only person it has to work for.
right.
Yep. The Onisiki gyro or the capacitor. Wow.
It does the job. I can't stomach paying $60 for a capacitor.
You mean 100?
Is that how much they are now?
Yeah, blaze caps are not cheap things.
Holy smokes!
They're They're not 100.
Well,
And
hold
Kyle
on.
and
Let me look. I
So-
will find out.
Kyle and I are lucky because we have a guy in our drift Discord, shout out Olet, who like
Oh.
is very, very like passionate about electronics, and he like hooked up an oscilloscope to receiver and ESC to basically like demonstrably prove that any cap after the ESC is completely pointless. Like, and he'll show like he was like I should dig those out because he shows like the wave scope and what it does to the actual voltage, and yeah, the extra caps do smooth the voltage signal out, but like by an amount that's so small that, to quote him, he's like, unless you're a Jedi, like you're not gonna know.
Well, I am a fucking Jedi, so suck on that.
Fair enough. I'm not. So, I bought an M17 because I have a Gorilla Grip hand, and I was like, I had a Futaba 7 at the time, and they didn't make hotter springs for it, and literally traded transmitters with someone. So I'm like, I'm really heavy-handed. I need a heavier spring. That's literally the only reason I made the switch.
Thanks, chat. You're awesome. So 65 plus shipping and handling. So there you go. That isn't. I am not trying to slander Aki Vance, but man, prices on everything is just insane. No, like, because we had the show with Kevin on last time, right? And we talked all about the whole capacitor thing and
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago, but
yeah. So that'd be interesting to see. Garrett's asking to post results if you can find them.
Yeah, I'll dig them out of our Discord chat. And hey, just because I can't tell the difference doesn't mean that you can't tell the difference. And you know, even if it's just a placebo or whatever, right? Like if it makes you more confident when you're drifting, that's all that matters.
I mean, I don't find that to be too wild. That lines up with my understanding as well. Anything aside from the ESC cap, I think that it plays a role, but a lot of the other stuff does obviously do something. It's just, yeah, we're humans, and you're talking about nanoseconds.
Well, for me, I think the trace vector is like the biggest like difference that you can tell physically, at least between the receiver and the gyro, is where I have.
Yeah,
mine.
a vector on the low voltage side is reasonable to me, for sure. That's what I use.
But that really is it. Talking in caps. Haha, thanks, Chris.
That's a Chris thing to do.
That is a very Chris thing to do.
There's not really much more to say about this than I've said already. I mean, I gotta put it on the bench and redo the alignment on the front end. It's got more toe on one side than the other, which like Dow can the RD2 that now Kyle now has. I gave it to Dow at one point because I'm like, dude, I've tried everything. I can't get this to work. And literally the first day he had it, he sent me these photos. He's like, well, for one thing, your camber is different on every wheel. So, yeah, I'm not the best at tuning.
You had the NASCAR setup?
It's, yeah.
Okay, something about the clear diff case is like, it's so interesting. Like, it's cool.
It's kind of sick, yeah.
I saw it on like the TTO2 Facebook group and looked it up. They're like $4, if that. Like everything, the thing that's like wrinkling my brain of like going from making a Golem to then building a TTO2, where I'm like, oh, the tub is $8. Okay.
You could not have chose more of a slingshot type build there.
Right?
I honestly, I wish Associated would have done like a clear version of the DC-10 instead of like the classic. The white's weird to me. It's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah, I have a TT02 just sitting. Like, I need a conversion kit for it.
I feel like everyone like has been doing this for a while. Does it's like it was either scripted at one point or not, but there's a TT02 sitting around somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Kyle, it's your turn.
Dude, these look like renders.
I know, right?
This is insane.
Yeah, this was taken right back there. So this is my most recent build. I think I finished it this weekend. This is my first
sick.
prediction body. This is really, I've been building bodies like only a few because they take me so long, but I think this is my second like true, like this one took about 4.5 months. Not because bodies take a long time, that long to build, but it's just, the time that you want to spend on it.
You went all in.
Yeah, that was, and it's funny because when I got this, that wasn't my intention. This was past me. So this was Pouria's body at first. He gave it to another guy in our Discord, Andy, and then I got it from Andy, and it sat here half cut up from Pooria for like a year, and I finally got around to doing it. And so
It's like real
it was-
project car.
yeah, it was seriously like it had Pouria's cuts on it, and I'm like, I'm just saying that down. 300 great. But this was so much fun, and like, I bought it basically full price from Andy, but I'm like, well, I understand why people purchase Addiction now. Like the way everything goes together so cleanly is just amazing. So with all my builds, I like to Pooria was hyping it up, but I'm the opposite of Pooria. Pooria is when he makes a decision, design decision, it's got backing. He knows why he wants to make it. And when I see something, I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Like maybe I can put that up in Fusion. And so that's what I like to do with some of my builds. So both the builds that I show, like the wing stands, I actually got off the 6666 or whatever. I got those off Colts and I adapted them to a wing that I designed. I like to share a lot of my files for free when I do these bodies. I think it's just kind of like in the nature of the hobby to put this stuff out there. And I love seeing people downloading it and using it. I saw somebody using one of my wings at SDC this year. It was just like, it's so cool. And
Yeah, that's
it's so much fun to see. So a lot of these pieces, like the light buckets, the wing, obviously the front light buckets are Dcraft. They're the like the ones that you can get from Super G. The reason I got those is I found that doing lights that pop up well are difficult to do. So I worked up to $30 for those, and they've got the full. You can hook up servo to them, do all that stuff. That Pandora sort of braces up front, but the intercoolers. That is resin printed. That's a free fan that I got online. So it's just like a long time, just finding little pieces here and there that I think would fit the body well. And for this one specifically, this is just such a striking body. Like I haven't seen many images of this on like a real car. And when you do see it, it just like everybody has done it a little bit differently. So that's sort of where I had a lot of fun here, is just making it my own.
Like these pictures looks like straight out of like Need for Speed or something like that.
It looks like a render, dude.
Yeah.
But if you're like, if you're 3D printing a lot of these parts that look really like professional, that's a big part of your time right there, right? Post processing and painting that's pretty nuts.
And I want to talk about the 3D printing for a second, because I feel like actually it's Pooria who sort of helped me down the resin road. I do think that at this scale, obviously, if you want high detail, you go resin. I mean, you see those pieces that Pandora has with the stands. Like, obviously, those, I don't know, or you probably know better than I do how those are exactly made, but incredibly high detail. But a lot of like the light buckets and the stuff, like the printers are so quick. I have a Bamboo, like a P1S, and you can prototype something, and rather than try to get the dimensions perfectly right, just print it 4 different ways. Okay, that's not good. I realize that's not that great for the environment now that I'm saying it, but like you do it 4 different ways, and you get it to fit, and if the shoe fits, kind of thing. So that's kind of what I've been doing with these bodies.
I'm like I said earlier, I've not really been one of those guys that's super into the building and the scale stuff, but I have always thought of that like, yeah, like like both style, like a traditional like filament printer and then like the SLA like resin printers, both have their place in RC, obviously, but definitely for stuff like this, resin seems to be the way to go. Just
Yeah.
because it's going to be more highly detailed and it won't have all of the layer lines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you still have some layering, right? But
yeah, but you can, sand that down, and it's the difference between, 20 minutes of post processing in a few days, right? If you really want to get it.
yeah.
And the thing I'm still struggling with, and that I have massive respect for, and it was why I called out Pooria's idea of the medical tape on the headlights, is getting super realistic headlights. Obviously, these ones from D-Craft are pretty great. They've got sort of that, the notches in the chrome to give you that effect. But the rears, I'm using, the rear lights are just translucent PETG. So the same stuff that they use for water bottles. It's red PETG, and I just give enough so that you can, when you stick an LED back there, it'll light up and kind of diffuse nicely. But you can see, I mean, it's not perfect on the surface. Obviously, these are super close-up images, but once you light it up, nobody's.
Yeah. The only time you'll ever notice that is in a picture like this. Like,
yeah. That's why I took one with the lights turned on right after. Because I'm like, okay, but
that is so sick.
Yeah, the color, I have been getting into the airbrushing a bit, and the next body you'll see is airbrush, but this is just Tamiya paint. This is a gunmetal, so it's translucent red, really heavy on the translucent red, gunmetal backed in black. I've got a few different swatches here that I did, with different colors to test them, but I really like that gunmetal backing on any of Tamiya's translucent stuff. There is some details on the side you can't really see until you see it in normal lighting. But yeah, this was, super proud of this one. It was a lot of fun. So
I'm really jealous of this because I have an M chassis. Like I've got my Miata too, like hanging up behind me. Like
this Miata gets no love either. The ND.
I feel like it's pretty popular. Although this is the Shibata body, yeah?
This is, yeah.
Is this the Gen 2 or the first gen?
I'm not too sure. I bought it off of somebody, so I couldn't tell you. I've still got the thing around somewhere.
The main difference is Gen 1 was 185 wide. Gen 2 was 180.
I'm not actually sure. I think that I bought it quite a while. He said he had it in his closet for quite a while, so it might be the wider one. This was a special body for me. It's Bring Me the Horizon themed. So Bring the Horizon is one of my favorite bands. I thought I'd combine the two and do this. This is also, I think, the first body that I really tried airbrushing on. So this is all Createx acrylic stuff. I'm really looking to get into the show up the lacquers, but I don't really have the space for it right now. Obviously, print and resin stuff, I'm like super aware of, stuff that lingers in the air. So I'm kind of learning how to use the acrylic, see how far I can get with it. But this was a custom design. I say semi-custom. This is a lot of imagery from the band that I sort of adapted for this. All the hood's fully painted, again, all Createx pearls. The wing, I did it in Fusion, but a lot of the inspiration came from another one that I saw online. Both the front and rear light buckets I designed. Those files are up for free on my Colts page, the same handle as my Instagram. So I'm big into the M chassis. I have a ND Miata. I love Miata. And my original goal was to get a Tamiya body and 3D print the flares and sort of do it myself, because I wasn't a huge fan of the way this kind of looks like it was stung by a bee. This Shibata one. Sometimes it looks a little.
Yeah, I see exactly what you mean. It's a little swollen.
It's a little swollen, but I kind of bit the bullet there, and I'm like, let's just do this one.
I wanted to say, I know Show Up is all the rage, and everybody's excited about Show Up right now. But like Createx, if you're doing airbrush, has a lot of really good colors too.
They do, and we have a guy at Six in our Discord. He's great, and he kind of has been coaching Pooria and I both on he's a big Createx guy, and yeah, it's so great. I mean, it's also the cost. Like I know,
Yeah.
when he doing this, the rattle can body, I was looking at the paint cost hike up, and I was like, oh man, should have done this in airbrush.
Yeah. A lot cheaper and like a lot easier to do around the house, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Wayne Johnson rims.
Yeah, these are the MST rims. I don't know exactly what they are. Actually, my dad purchased them for a Shelby Cobra that he did, and I was gonna design my own. I'm like, oh no, those actually look decent, so I'm gonna steal those. I got them. But I believe they're adjustable MST ones.
I have bad memories of adjustable wheels.
Yeah. Sitting on
They're just so damn rigid.
It's not the rigid part. It's the like one bump, like, and if your super glue like tack just takes a whack, like your wheels are off balance and all sorts of crap.
Yeah. Kyle, since you drive an ND Miata, I have to ask if you've ever heard of Craven Speed.
Yeah. Sick.
That's where I work.
Oh, do you? I'm pretty sure I have your guys' door bushings. You guys have yeah. I just picked up a set of Owens. I mean, we're close to Sakibon down the street, so
nice.
Got a little bit up here, but yeah, for that.
Sweet.
Then some custom M chassis stuff. Let's take a look at this.
So I think what you're about to see is the reason why I haven't been to a comp is because I spent so much of my time just I got my 3D printer and I just hacked away at pieces. I think I bit off more than I can chew, but I really got obsessed with the M chassis, and I said, well, I have these, this YD2. I think I had just purchased the LTS from Joel, and I was like, I just want to build an M chassis, and it led down a rabbit hole of width. Like, how do you get this thing narrow enough with enough room for the wiper and the rear and drive shafts and all that stuff. So these are just a few images. I think it's kind of an evolution of the same chassis that I just kind of worked on over time over the last couple of years. So this is the first go at it. We called it the sugar glider because that little piece on top is spread out.
Dude, that's sick.
Glider.
Yeah, so this wasn't anything too special. I had that was my first body in the background. This is probably 4 months into getting started drifting.
What's the wheelbase on this?
So that one's a 225. This one was created for the MST Miata. That same TCRM that my dad had bought me a long time ago had that Miata M chassis body on it. So that's the one I was using.
Okay. And then this is a big change.
Yeah, this guy, I had to have the hand in there for scale. I'm not a small dude. This is a 210. So this was I really liked the Mini Coopers, and I'm like, well, let's just try 210, not realizing what I was getting into. And the reason I picked the Mini Coopers because obviously you need a lot of space to fit everything. So this guy was short-lived. I think shout out Dow. I think we burned one of my motors because I didn't put a fan on it. I had a Fledge in there, and we were at Sheldon's one day during the summer. It was probably 98 degrees, and Dad looks at me. He's like, "You smell that?" Told that. Then it got a fan right after, but it was just a ton of fun. So hard to drive.
That looks sick.
Really don't know. I didn't know much about anything at this point, so I was just putting standoffs where it fit, hoping the motor was the right way, and sending it. So
packed.
Yeah,
the offset between the rear and the front track width is pretty sick.
And you'll see with the body on it, it's so tough to cram all that in there.
That's kind of how my car looks now.
Here you go. So yeah, they hit the main printed parts were the lower arms. I think I kept a lot of the stock arms, just ordered shorter turnbuckles. A lot of those adjustable rear drive shafts, and yeah, some 3D printed parts in there. But this was just fun.
Did you have to cut your drive shafts for the adjustable ones? Okay.
No, actually, so for this guy and for some of the other builds, I forget what it was. I don't know if it was a TTO2, but you could take a shorter drive shaft out of I don't know if it's TTO2, don't quote me, but it fit in the Yokomo cup. So it was the perfect size for this build. And then this one, go ahead.
So you're right, because I think I did the same thing. It's a TTO2, but it's like the racing conversion for the bigger bearings.
Yes, I think that's what it was. Yeah, and I was like, oh, just like strip it out and it works. This is how it lived for a long time. This is how it was when we probably saw you at A-Main, Logan. This is pretty cool. So this is the LTS front end, and then I wanted to run the Miata ND body on it, so I took the like splitter off of the 3D file that I had and just printed it to fit on the front of the chassis, so it's not on the body. Same thing on the rear. And then this is actually special because it has, I wish I had a better picture of it in here, but shout out Catharsis. He's Jacob, I believe his name is, and he does a lot of like the battery mounts. You can check out his Etsy shop. But this is a 3D printed like gear, like transmission on the rear, belt driven. It's kind of covered up, sorry, but
Jeez.
it's that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the red
fun.
PC. And it was so quiet. It was so light. 8.5 FDR, something like that. Like it just a lot of fun. But yeah, there it is at A-Main with the headlights. So this has just been like a fun. Whenever the main chassis doesn't get touched, these just get played with. So.
Well, like you said, you don't get to spend a lot of time at the track, but you still get to spend a lot of time on the hobby because there's so much things you can do, especially with the technology that we have access to these days. It's kind of a great time to be around RC stuff.
I agree.
Is this a Rocket Bunny kit, like on the front end, but the rear?
No, this is the I believe it's just some of the SRC, Sideways RC kit pieces.
Sure.
I think I took, it's a different kit on the front and the rear. The rear is just their standard like over fenders. And then the front one's a standard one too, but it's just a bigger size. Looks a little wonky, but. And then the Scale Dynamics wheels. The thing that helped a lot was getting, I forget the brand, but in the last picture, there's a smaller wheel for the M chassis. So yeah, this is kind of like the most recent one. I wanted to share a picture of the chassis. So back in the back is what the M chassis looks like now. I'm in the process of like fully taking my Shark build and converting it over to the M chassis. So I've gone like 3D print, and now I'm done with the 3D printing, and I just wanted to like work every single time.
You printed your pulley, your large pulley?
So this is all from Catharsis. Yes, he printed that.
Okay.
So that's not my design. I don't know if he's selling these currently, but it is a printed pulley, and yeah.
Because I've seen a ton of people like asking in search of the old school Venom belt drive, like from days of old. This is probably your best bet.
Yeah, it's an awesome little piece. So yeah, that's that, and that's getting the DDSS on the front. So the IFS allows for a little bit more room up front, but this will be getting the Miata body that we were looking at earlier, the white one. So it'll be fun. And then in the middle is we'll roast it later. It's in the roasting part, but this is Pouria's old RD2 that I bought from him, which I was in the process of switching out to the chassis on the very bottom. The one on the very bottom is the one that I ran for probably about a year now. So it's
this bottom one is confusing me.
Yeah,
it's like a reverse Scale Dynamics Hydra.
Yeah. So shout out again, Six. He's a guy from our Discord. I think he's down in SoCal now. He was on the East Coast at the time, but he designed that lower deck. It's forged carbon fiber. Just gorgeous. It's so light. It has, you can change the flex on it, but just so beautiful. And I just had to run it on something, so it lived on here. But everything pretty much is a Shark except for the, what do you call that? The active toe? No, what's the TK rear? Excuse me. TK rear setup on that. So that thing's been dismantled, and now it's all on the RD2. So I was moving stuff around a little bit, but.
Okay, Pooria, back to you. Real life.
I just wanted I love that you're very much in the realm of like your Josh's or your Cam or people like Mark, where you're just like, this is like a whole Lego set, or what can I make, or just build it all, whatever we can, see what we can do. I'm more of like cars right there, and that's where it'll stay.
Yeah.
So I go to the track.
I'm kind of feeling that now. I mean, again, big shout out to Dow, Pooria, Dan. You guys had on with Dow, like those guys. It's gotten to the point where like Dow just he helps me out every single time. So it's gotten to the point where like I can't just hand him my thing, because if I hand him my thing, I'm gonna turn around. He's gonna make these crazy, decisions on it, and it's gonna drive amazing. I'm gonna be like, what the heck did you do? So I'm like, don't touch it until I'm like standing over it, right? Like, but I've kind of gotten to that point where we work on it together, and then I'm like, hands off. We'll only one knob at a time, kind of thing. So
Smart way to go about it.
mm-hmm.
I think we'll have to end on this there, Adam.
Yeah, because I need to get going too. So for those who posted in roast my rig,
You'll get roasted next week.
next week.
9:00.
But yeah, let's leave on this, Pooria. Tell us a little bit about this, and then we'll be on our way.
Fresh out the booth.
Yeah. I bought this off of Durkee like
sick.
2.5 years ago. And it
Did not look like that.
No, it was like bordered colors. Actually, no, it was only 2 colors when I bought it off of him. It was mostly blue, and it had like a Duraflex rep rear bumper and the rep GP1 bumper, Type X bumper on the front, which is still on it. It went through a bunch of different iterations, like did a ton of work to make it like more reliable, just like basically like engine maintenance mostly. He did a lot of the heavy lifting, so it was a really easy car to pick up. So EGR delete, new headers, new exhaust. AC unit was taken out for putting a turbo in, and there's still no turbo in it, so it sucks to drive it in the summer.
You're extra pissed because you're like, I took like this supposed to be a sacrifice, but we have neither AC nor a turbo.
So it's a KA twin cam right now. If I can get the funds together, I will SR swap it. That isn't.
You need to start buying stuff from Cletus, dude. Try to win one of those turbos.
Seriously.
Yeah.
It's the Origin racing line rear bumper, and I had it painted by a shop down here owned by Alan, for anyone in the Bay Area who knows him. I dropped it off with them in May, and like it was hilarious because when I dropped it off, they're like, "Oh, you'll get it back in 4 weeks." I'm like, no, I won't. No,
that's not how that works.
And
paint shops are like so notorious for that. Like, unless you're one of their friends, especially like custom stuff, or like, I'm not talking about like your insurance jobs, right? But these places that do custom stuff, it's just like, unless you're one of their friends, it's just like, yeah, you'll get it when you get it.
Yeah, I got it in December, but they did a ton of work to it. So there were rust spots on the roof. When they took the windows out to paint it, they found like a major rust hole by the rear window, and they fixed all of that. They did a bunch of repair because me and a few buddies did the body fitment, and like, the front fenders weren't on properly. Like they were rattling when you would go over 50 miles an hour, and now I can do 50 over a pothole and that thing's fine. Not that I would recommend it. The last things left on it are I've got 2 red thrash seats coming for the interior, and then fix the dash. And then like at least the bodywork's all done, and it's a reliable engine right now. And I was thinking about Sylvia swapping the front end, but the more that I drive it, the more I kind of love it as a 240 and a 1-via. And Durkee managed to source that Sylvia rear trim. So yeah, I love it. It's 18-inch Kiwamis in the rear, and 18s in the rear and 17s in the front. The rears are reps. They're what are they? There's a name for it, like the fake Kiwamis. I forgot what they're called. But anyway, yeah, it's Kiwami reps in the rear and real Kiwamis in the front. But if I can afford it, I want to put it on Shiba Wheel F23s. the fitment lines up, the offsets match. Like I love that 5-spoke wheel, and I think it looks so sick with them. Yeah, and when I get tired of it looking cool, I'll be drifting it.
Chris, only PDX people will know this.
It's a lot
Okay,
better than Elliott fitment. I'll tell you that much.
like,
You'll
yeah.
feel your spine.
Yep. Hey, I live in Oakland, man. It's just potholes as far as the eye can see.
Okay, Dow, this one's for you. This is the last one, and then we're basically ending it. Yeah.
Oh,
What
we
are you
jumping?
doing? We're jumping. Apparently,
Sick. I'm about it.
did not make it.
So about it.
Anyway,
The best, just a super quick story on that one. The best part about those photos is I was on my way to Daikoku in a K truck with my boss at the time, and I like opened my phone up, and he just yelled, like sees me scream like, because I legit thought they jumped it.
oh,
Yeah, I was
great.
like, Dad, we should put it on its side real quick. I think I can Photoshop that.
all right, you
See, now
guys.
I'm kind of let down because that's something that we would just actually do.
I wouldn't be here right now.
Oval time. Oval time.
Maybe not with someone else's car.
Well, thanks you guys for being on the stream. It's been super fun.
Yeah, that was a good one, man.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me. Corey. Thank you guys for having us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was sick.
You guys hang out for a little bit. We always have like an end of show type of thing. Everybody else in chat, thanks for tuning in. It was a fun stream. Got to hang out with everybody. A lot of chat. Like chat has been super fun to watch and be interactive with. So
Yeah.
thank you. Thank
We
you. a bunch.
appreciate you all. It helps the show flow a little bit when
Mhm.
people are in chat, doing chat stuff.
Yep. And then next week, same time, same thing. I forget who it is next week.
Is it Aaron?
It is Afro.
Afro.
So we got Afro coming back next week.
Sick, dude. Afro episodes are great.
So story time. Yep, story time with Afro. He didn't post a guest, so we'll see what happens on that one.
We'll get Ray on, dude. Force Ray to be on with Afro.
Yeah.
We'll get someone from out there. We'll get Joey.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Have a good evening. Till next time.
See ya.